Hi folks, Craig from the Anxiety Experiment. So I'm an anxiety sufferer, trying a few different things, trying to finally get a grip on my personal anxiety, which I've suffered with forever. And today we're talking about this one, L-Theanine. Fascinating product here, fascinating supplement. This isn't an advert, by the way. This is just an honest opinion on this health supplement or anti-anxiety supplement, L-theanine. 200 milligrams is the dose there. So what is L-theanine? Very briefly, it's an amino acid found in green tea and black tea. It's known for promoting relaxation without the drowsiness effect. It affects your brain in terms of the chemicals like your serotonin levels and your dopamine levels, which can increase the brainwave activity in the specifically in the alpha brainwave activity, which is associated with being more calm and relaxed and focused. The other benefits it says on here are promotes relaxation, which we're discussing there. Also, healthy vascular function as well. It's another potential benefit. They think it could lower blood pressure as well for some people. Again, I just want to be very clear. This is just my personal experience as an anxiety sufferer taking L-theanine. This isn't necessarily a recommendation. This is just my experience. And also just to say, yeah, if you are thinking of taking any supplement, always try and check. Do plenty of reading, check with doctor if you can, or just certainly be well aware of any risks. Apparently, this is very low risk. I've had no side effects. Firstly, yes, so no side effects for me personally at all taking it, but I know there are some people that will have had side effects, so bear that in mind. Always read the label. So in terms of anxiety, yeah, I've suffered with lots of different types of anxiety. I've had health anxiety. That's probably the thing I've suffered the most from, including some panic attacks at times, OCD, lifelong sufferer of that, general anxiety, a few autistic traits, um, lots of anxiety basically. And I wanted to try and do something. I've always resisted the temptation to go on medication. That's not that same against medication. In fact, I'm open to medication. The more the older I get, and I know for some people medication works really well, for others less so. But I've always resisted personally medication for whatever reason. I've resisted it. I don't know exactly why I've resisted it, but I have. I've tried therapy a few times, and I do think therapy has helped in certain instances, most definitely. But I'll talk more about that in perhaps another video. Let's specifically talk about L-theanine. So I've been taking this for about 60 days, so a couple of months. I've been taking 1 to 2 tablets a day, typically more one, but probably done two on a few days. 200 milligram dose, and I have found that anxiety has reduced a bit. It has not been a cure at all, though. Not been a cure, but it has helped. I've been doing, as I say, 1 to 2 tablets a day, trying to take them on an empty stomach as guided, but not always necessarily been able to do that. I've tried to take them at different times of the day as well. I have still had a panic attack whilst being on these. In fact, a couple of panic attacks while being on these. The first one I had passed very quickly. The second one didn't pass as quickly as normal, but I did manage to get to pass. I didn't feel quite as bad probably as what I have felt in the past. So it certainly has helped a bit, but it hasn't eliminated. I feel probably in terms of percentage, I like to always quantify things. It's difficult to quantify the exact impact this has had, but I would say probably 20 to 30% anxiety reduction on day-to-day things. I still have anxiety, but I have been better. My body has felt a bit more relaxed when the mind has not always been, but my body has remained a lot calmer, where sometimes I'm tensing up when I'm getting anxiety. I'm really tensing up like that, whereas on L-theanine I tend to tense up a lot less, but I do still get the anxious thoughts. And sometimes I'm able to do them better. Sometimes I've had L-theanine and I felt really, really relaxed and I've really noticed it. And other times, just a very minimal change, and it's difficult to know exactly why and where that is. Sometimes I just feel super relaxed. If somebody could tell me why that is, then please leave a comment. And if others have any other experiences on L-Theanine, please let me know what your experiences are with it. Really interesting to know. I know some people find it remarkable, and some people find there are no real benefits. So I think it's every everything in between. For me, it's been a good overall experience, but I would like to come back and revisit it in a couple of months' time, and then in a year's time to see exactly how I'm going. Maybe I will increase the dose. Maybe I'm just getting used to it. Who knows? But all I can say is it has helped me. But it hasn't been a cure as such. I do still have lots of anxiety, but I am able to deal with it better probably when I'm on L-Theanine. For me, the lasting effects probably lasts 3-4 hours maybe, and I think the peak is maybe 1 to 2 hours where I feel the most relaxed. And in terms of sleep, now this is quite interesting actually. I'm generally a reasonably good sleeper, although I do tend to wake up maybe 1 to 2 times in the evening, in the night, sorry, in the night, not in the evening, in the night. But on L-Theanine specifically, I have, if I take it close to bedtime, maybe an hour or two before I go to sleep, it has helped me have a better sleep. I certainly woke up feeling quite refreshed compared to how I normally am. So it certainly seems to have, and again, I think that comes back to the fact I'm tensing up a lot less whilst on L-Theanine. While the anxious thoughts remain, and sometimes anxious symptoms remain from time to time, I certainly feel like I'm less tense. So that probably explains why sleep quality has improved a bit when I take it closer to bedtime. If I take it in the middle of the day, no real difference. Take it 4 hours before bed, no real difference. In fact, maybe even not quite as good because it's wearing off, I suppose, in the night. But if I take it off, if I take it 1 to 2 hours before, it does tend to help for whatever reason. So that's just my personal experiences. I'd love to hear other people's personal experiences. That's just an honest experience. Would I recommend it? Well, I think if you've got anxiety, you could try it, but obviously check things out. But that's just my experience. I think for some people it won't work, and for some people it will work. But I just wanted to document my experience because it may be helpful for others. And I will continue to take it most definitely. But it's not me going go out and get it or don't go out and get it. It's just kind of a giving just an honest as opinion as I can possibly get. And I think everybody's different. Everybody's anxiety is different. This will work differently for different people. So that's my honest opinion on L-Theanine. But if you are considering trying anything, as I say, always best to check these things out thoroughly before you try anything. Anyway, hopefully that was helpful, and speak again soon.